Alright, so the video we've all been waiting for, yes. So we are still on computer algorithms, yes. So we've done introduction to flowcharts. So today we'll be moving to introduction to pseudocodes, like I promised, yes. So we'll be moving on to what? Introduction to pseudocodes. Okay, now. So I will start by introducing what pseudocodes are. Yes, I'll just give us a brief explanation of what pseudocodes are. So now we should be familiar with this prefix pseudo. Yeah, what does this prefix mean? Pseudo. It means what? False. Yes, those of us that are in the science line, you will know the meaning of this. Pseudo is talking about what? False. So you can just see pseudocode as a false code, like a false code. Okay, so now let's just go through the definition. So a pseudocode is a simplified, informal, English-like way of writing the steps of an algorithm without following the strict rules of any programming language. Yeah, so that's pseudocode. So pseudocode is just a way of expressing the steps involved to solve a particular problem in English form. Yeah. So now let me just state this. Because you understand flowchart and pseudocodes and you can write them, doesn't mean you can actually write a computer programming language. Yes. Pseudocodes and flowcharts, they are not programming languages. They are just a way of writing the steps involved in solving problems. So before you can write a code like basic, Fortran and all, you have to write the steps involved. That's how pseudocodes are important. So because you understand pseudocode doesn't mean you can actually write a computer language. No. Pseudocodes and flowcharts are not computer programming languages. Yeah, they are just a way of expressing a way of expressing the steps involved to solve a particular problem here. So that's what algorithm is about, problem solving. Yes. So if you actually want to know how to write and compose programming languages, you can actually go for advanced learning. There are different programming languages you can learn. We have the basic, we have the Fortran, we have the C++. There's even HTML. You can learn HTML. Yes, we have the JavaScript. Yes, so there are a lot of them. So pseudocodes and flowcharts are not what programming languages. Just get to know that. All right. So now we'll be taking some examples on how to write pseudocodes. So but before that, now in pseudocodes we use some particular words. Yes, some particular words. So now the first thing is this. Just in flowcharts, when we have the start and the stop, we also make use of it in this pseudocode. The start and the what and the stop is also used for terminals. Yes, the start and the stop. Then we also use enter or display, just like flowcharts also use enter and display. We also make use of this one, print. Make use of the function print, that you are telling the computer or the program to display particular stuff. So print, then you put what you want to print in a quotation brackets. So print this. Then we make use of if. So when anytime you have a conditional statement, you make use of if. In flowcharts we talked about the decision box, whereby we ask the computer to think. In our last video I did something like this. Is x less than 0? Then yes, then you tell it what to say. No. But here we don't ask a question, we use if. Yes, when we solve example we will be saying it. So and instead of using no and yes, there's another one we use, it's called else. They're just English words, you see, nothing complex. We're not using any terminology. They're just English words. Get else. Then we also have and if. So these are basically the English words, the terms we use in pseudocode. So let's just take an example now. Let's take an example of how to write a pseudocode. Alright, so the first example, to write a pseudocode to find the sum of two numbers 2 and 3. So we can use a flowchart to represent this. I've explained earlier in my former video, but this now, that's also write a pseudocode, yes, to find the sum of two numbers 2 and 3. Okay, so this is how you do it. This is just follow my steps. So first thing first, what do? You make sure you start the program. So solution. So you make sure you start the words. You start the program. Yeah, just start on any margin. Actually, I'm not following any strict rule or something. So now, in pseudocode, you actually leave spaces. Yes, I will show you how to do that. You leave margin. You leave margin. Yeah, when you want to input the next stuff. So start. So now, they say find the sum of two numbers 2 and 3. So for example, in your calculator, if you want to find the sum of 2 and 3, what do? You start by imputing what? By imputing your 2 and 3, your elements. So the next thing you need to do is to enter 2 and 3. So you don't write it on the same line. You leave small margin. So you can start from here and write enter 2, 3. Is that taken? So you leave a small space, a margin. Yes. Then next thing you need to do now is to tell the computer what a sum is. So you can say, don't forget to leave a space. So write sum is equals to what? 2 plus 3. Okay. Then since the computer has understood that, okay, sum is 2 plus 3. Okay, we still use our normal operators. This for addition, this for subtraction, this for division, and this for multiplication. I think I explained this earlier. So that's why we have the addition operator here. Then after that, since it has understood the sum, so what's the next thing to do? To display, right? So now let's come back here. Don't forget, enter and display must be on the same line. Stop and start must be on the same line. So you now trace the line that you put enter. It must be on the same line. And you write what? Display. And write display. Don't forget, you enter and display must be on the same line. Then you are through with the program. Then you have to stop it. So on the same line you would stop. You would start. Then you also stop the program there. Stop. So this is just the pseudocode to find the sum of two numbers 2 and 3. Yes. So it's looking easy now, right? Yeah, very, very easy. So we're taking example 2. That one we have more complex stuff. Then you now go into how to convert flowcharts to pseudocode. So I hope this is taken. Alright, so example 2 says, so write a pseudocode to calculate the value of R using the formula R equals to big R cos X, where X is positive. In my last video, I actually explained how to write a flowchart for this particular problem. Yeah, so we'll be writing pseudocode for it now. Okay, so solution. Alright, so now what do you do first? Don't forget, you have to start your program. what you start your program. So next thing is this. They said write a pseudocode to calculate the value of r using the formula this. Then the condition given to us is x is positive, right? So what are our inputs? Our inputs are r and x, right? While our output is what? Just r. So which means that the value of r and x will determine the value of r. Hope you get that. So these are our outputs and these are our inputs. So now you have to enter the inputs. So don't forget to leave a space. So you enter what? You enter r, x. Now they gave us a condition. This is where we start using if and else now. So where x is positive, that is x can never be negative. You know, in flowchart you ask a question, is x less than 0? But here we use if and else. So after enter you leave a space. You write if x is less than 0. You've given it a condition now. If x is less than 0, so that is x is negative, you tell the computer what to print. So it will print, then you put it into a quotation bracket. Print what? Let's say print error. X must be positive, which means anytime you enter a negative value for x, what is going to display is error. X must be positive. Don't forget to leave a space. Then after you've done this, else on the same line with if. Don't forget, on the same line with if. Else, that is, if x is not less than 0, that's the meaning of else. Else, then you now have your expression to be calculated. So r equals to big R cos x, which means if s is not less than 0, then this can be calculated. So after this, you've ended the condition. So how do you end the condition? On the same line with if and else, you write end if. End if, that is you've ended the condition. End if. Then now what's the next thing you do? You display r, right? Don't forget you display r. So now your display and your enter must be on the same line, right? So your display should be here. Display r. Then don't forget to stop on the same line with your stats. So stop. So for this particular program, this is how you write the pseudo code. Let me come over again. You start, you leave a space, you enter your inputs, which are r and x. Then since I told you in the question that x is positive, that is they've given you a condition, so use if x is less than 0, that is x is negative, you tell the computer what to print. So print error, x must be positive, and if not, that's else. R equals to what? That's your expression, which means your expression can be calculated then, right? Then after you are through with your condition, you end if, right? You end if. Then on the same line with your enter, you display R. Then on the same line with your start, you stop. So this is just the simple way of writing a pseudo code for this particular problem. So basically now, the last example now will be how to convert a flowchart to a pseudo code. So I hope this is good and taken. Okay, now so to the third example, which is the last example for this video, is how to convert a flowchart to a pseudo code. So now, so we've been given this particular flowchart. So let's analyze it. It says start. Yes. So this is a two conditional flowchart. It has two conditions. So start, you enter A. Okay, want to make sure that A is is greater than 0. A is positive. So it's x less than 0. Yes. If it's less than 0, error. If it's not less than 0, you enter H. Then you are still checking, is H less than 0? Yes. Error. No. Then you now calculate the formula. V equals to A multiplied by H. Then you display V, then you stop. So now let's convert this to pseudocode. So we'll just be following each steps in the flowchart. So the first step in the flowchart was, normally you have to start. So don't forget to start. Next thing, what they do, they entered A, right? So don't forget to leave a space. You enter A. Then they make sure that A is positive, right? So what do you do here? Use if A is less than 0. If A is less than 0, then you tell it what to print. You leave a space, print error. A must be positive, right? So this is what is here. So print error, yes. Then if it is greater than 0, then you enter H. So then write else. On the same line with if, write else. So else, what do? You enter H, right? So else, enter H. You want to also validate H. You want to make sure that H is also greater than 0. So on the same line with if and else, you also say if H is less than 0. So what should you do? Print what? Print error. H must be positive, right? So we've done for A, we've also done for H. Then else, don't forget else, then you calculate the expression given to you, that's V equals to A multiplied by by H. Can you see? It's all the same formula, it's all the same steps we're following. We've done for A, we've done for H. So else, what do? You calculate this, right? So V equals to, this is what we have here, right? Then don't forget you have to end if on the same line with all this. So you end if. So then what's the second to last thing you do? You display on the same line with enter. So you display display V. So you display V. That's this. Display V. Then on the same line with start, you stop. So this is a pseudocode for this particular flowchart. So this is the flowchart here, and this is the pseudocode answer. So this is just all you need to know about pseudocode. So you can also get more examples online. Yes, you can also get more examples online. All right. So yes, so that will be all for this computer algorithm series. Yes, like I said, if you're interested in learning computer programming languages, yes, you should go for it. Like I said earlier, there are a lot of other computer programming languages you can learn. You have the HTML, Basic, Fortran, C++, JavaScript, and a lot of them. So do well to there are also online videos, online courses you can buy if you're interested. So yes, so thank you so much for sticking to the end. Yes, I hope you enjoyed the video, the one on flowcharts and the one on pseudocodes. Yes, so see you in the next series of videos. Yes, thank you.